Hello, my lovely armies. It's BTS Saran here. Can you believe it's already been over 2 whole months since all our boys were finally reunited? Time really flies when you're in love, doesn't it? Amidst all that excitement, our worldwide handsome Jin wrapped up his solo tour at the end of June and has officially flown over to join the rest of the gang in Los Angeles. Just the thought of all 7 of them together in LA, working hard on new music right now, makes my heart skip a beat. I bet yours is racing too. And aren't they just the sweetest? They've been constantly popping up on Weverse and Instagram to make sure we don't get lonely, sending all their love straight to us. Now, if you tuned in yesterday, you know we gushed about our adorable Taehyung taking the mound for the MLB Dodgers ceremonial first pitch. And since we're talking about the Dodgers, we absolutely have to mention the massive moment involving Japan's superstars Shohei Ohtani and pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The interaction between them was just insane, and the Japanese press went absolutely wild over it. I mean, who wouldn't get excited seeing all that talent in one place? It was such a big deal that our Tae graced the front page of not 1, but 5 major sports newspapers yesterday. Honestly, is there a more powerful combination than the Dodgers and our V? It feels like the ultimate dream team come to life. It really touches my heart to see him shine like this. The Korean media was just as captivated, so let me share some of the beautiful things they had to say about our prince. They described how BTS's V stepped onto the field at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, capturing the eyes of the entire world and proving once again that he is a true global superstar. He completely stole the show, radiating that undeniable star power we all know and love so much. On the 26th, right before the Dodgers faced off against the Cincinnati Reds, our boy took center stage to throw out the first pitch. Seeing him in that Dodgers uniform with the number 7 on his back, I'm sure I wasn't the only one tearing up a little, right? That number means everything to us. He partnered up with the Dodgers' Japanese pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, for the catch. They looked so focused and in sync out there, it was just perfect. But before the big throw, the moment that broke the internet happened. V met Shohei Ohtani. They shared a warm hug, exchanged greetings, and took a legendary photo that we'll be saving to our phones forever. Even the official MLB social media accounts couldn't handle the visual power, posting their picture with the caption, "Best meets best." 2 dazzling stars lighting up Dodger Stadium, the king of K-pop and the icon of baseball finally united. Outside the stadium, the scene was just as emotional. Thousands of fans lined up hours in advance just for a glimpse of him. Your love for him is truly breathtaking. And the second he walked out in that uniform, the entire stadium erupted into a frenzy of cheers. It must have been absolutely electric. It was so loud that even the seasoned commentators and reporters in the booth completely forgot about their broadcast prep. Everyone was just mesmerized, staring at our V. Reporter Kirsten Watson was literally left speechless by the roar of the crowd. She looked so shocked and admitted it was the loudest cheer she had ever heard in that stadium. I'm so proud of armies for showing up like that. Up in the broadcast booth, they couldn't stop calling him a global sensation. They mentioned that the moment the news dropped, ticket sales absolutely exploded. It's thanks to him that the stands were packed so tight, calling him an undeniable top-tier superstar. They couldn't hide their own excitement, pointing out the sheer mania happening right behind them in the stands. Then, with the iconic beat of Mic Drop blasting through the speakers, a moment that gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, he took the mound, flashed his signature V sign, which we all know is also a sign for victory, and delivered a stunning left-handed pitch. The commentators were floored. They praised his nasty curveball, saying it was so impressive that the team should sign him up as a pitcher right then and there. Wouldn't that be something? After the pitch, he channeled all his energy to shout the team's signature phrase, "It's time for Dodger baseball!" getting the crowd even more fired up. He really knows how to work a room, doesn't he? And of course, our lucky charm became the victory fairy for the team. In a twist that feels like destiny, the Dodgers shut out Cincinnati 7-0. It's like the universe aligned the score perfectly with the number 7 on V's back. High above the stadium, Army's love took flight. Quite literally. A plane flew over, towing a massive 60-meter banner, cheering him on. Not only that, but messages of love and support lit up the giant billboards along the LA freeways and the ribbon boards inside the stadium. You guys really went all out. Footage of his pitch didn't just stay within our fandom. It spread like wildfire among American locals and baseball fans everywhere. He truly showed off his majesty as a superstar. The hashtag Taehyung racked up over 5,100,000 mentions. He even tops the list for the most searched terms on Google Worldwide Trends. Over 10 different keywords trended globally, sweeping the #1 spots in the United States and the United Kingdom real-time charts. He truly conquered the worldwide trends. With momentum like this, I just know their upcoming group activities and new album are going to be legendary. We have so much to look forward to, Army. Oh, it just brings all the emotions rushing back, doesn't it? Seeing our precious Tete interacting with armies in the audience. Honestly, there were so many unforgettable little moments that made my heart flutter. I can't feel anything but pure gratitude for how much fun and happiness he always gives us. But you know how unpredictable and exciting our Tete can be. Would you believe that yesterday, just past the evening, he suddenly touched down back in Korea? Word is, he wrapped up his schedule and hopped on a plane the very next morning. Just like that. It felt so surreal, especially since I was just swooning over his amazing activities in LA a moment ago. Social media went absolutely wild over his surprise return. Everyone was saying, "Tete, you've worked so hard, and you're back already?" It made me wonder, are the other boys coming home one by one too? If that's the case, maybe, just maybe, they can celebrate our Jungkook's birthday together in Seoul. Oh, I'm getting butterflies just thinking about it. I tried to stay calm, but now I'm all jittery with excitement again. I noticed the videos of his arrival mentioned he completed his overseas schedule upon entry. Does this mean his time in LA is officially over? Maybe some members came back earlier than we thought? Honestly, I think pretty much no one saw this coming. Tete really knows how to surprise us. Plus, the media outlet live streaming his arrival explicitly stated he had finished his overseas work, which has got a lot of us whispering, is he back for good this time? Of course, we don't know exactly how far along the music production is, so it's hard to say for sure. But if the recording is mostly done and the songs are ready to go, then it makes total sense that he decided to finish up the rest of the work comfortably back home in Korea. It's always a bit tricky, isn't it? Since each of our 7 boys has so much solo work on their plates these days. I suppose there are bound to be days where it's impossible for all 7 of them to move on the exact same timeline. Whether this is just a quick pit stop or a permanent return for Tete, I'm not entirely sure yet. But one thing is certain, he definitely has a schedule waiting for him in Korea, which is why he hurried back to us. Even if he does head back to LA, he mentioned a stay of about 2 months, so maybe he won't be gone for too long before returning to our arms in Korea again. We don't have all the details just yet, but remember when he came back briefly last month and blessed us with a Weverse Live? I have a strong feeling he might just turn on the camera for us again. For now, let's just wait patiently for our lovely Tete to tell us himself. Now, let's switch gears to something that had everyone talking about our Jimin on June 11th. I'm sure many of you have already heard the buzz. Yesterday, the actress Son Dawon, who has had quite a few rumors swirling with Jimin in the past, became a huge topic of conversation again. It all started when she posted a video on her own TikTok account yesterday that seemed to capture a moment of her meeting up with Jimin. In the video, it looked like she was waiting for someone right in front of an apartment elevator. Then the doors slide open, and who should appear but Jimin! She jumps out to scare him, and his reaction was just too real. He goes, "Ah, you scared me!" Did you know I was coming? You could see him reacting with lines like, "I came without telling you, on purpose." Now, the video has been deleted, but as you can imagine, plenty of fast-fingered fans saved it, and it's currently spreading all over the internet. People are saying this apartment building is actually where Jimin lives. The giveaway was the words 9-1, written in English on the elevator. And as we know, our Jimin is known to reside at 9-1 Hanam. Just for a little context, these dating whispers between Son Dawon and Jimin have actually been floating around since 2022, especially last year, when she posted some very specific things on her account, like BTS songs and photos of herself wearing a BTS merchandise t-shirt with "mic drop" written on it. She also added emojis that looked like they were blowing kisses. Then there was the photo of a pair of wireless earphone cases, labeled Dawon and Jimin, and the video of someone walking with the ocean in the background. She covered the person's face with a flower emoji, but our eagle-eyed netizens analyzed the background and the angle, guessing it looked incredibly similar to Jimin from some BTS self-produced content released back in 2020. There was also a video she posted emphasizing yellow balloons, which sparked a lot of talk about it being connected to Jimin. So, as you can see, she's made quite a few posts that seem to hint at a relationship, keeping the rumor mill spinning. Through all of this, however, Jimin's side has stayed quiet and hasn't released any official statement. Son Dawon, on the other hand, responded to the wave of malicious comments she received. She said something along the lines of, "Please ask other people about third-party matters, not me. My mental state is fine." And she added a warning about how terrifying fandoms can be, and asked people if they realize how many actionable things they are saying that could get them sued. It really tugs at the heartstrings to remember those moments when warnings were issued, asking people not to threaten others, and crying out about how painful it all was. You know, back in June of last year during a TikTok stream, there was talk about how karma works, saying that eventually, everyone faces the consequences of their actions toward others. It sounded like there was just so much hurt, with people feeling like they were receiving the worst kind of words possible. The sentiment was basically, just because your beloved idol might care for someone, it doesn't give anyone the right to say cruel things to that person, right? It wasn't about who made the first move or anything like that, but more of a desperate, tearful plea asking, "Please, just stop saying these things to me." It was so intense, wasn't it? Like saying, "Do you get it? If I get really upset, you never know what emotions might spill out." There was that back and forth about legal threats, warning that the tables could turn and the ones attacking might be the ones facing trouble. Hearing those words spoken through tears. I know there are a million different opinions about that video, and I'm sure you all felt something too. But before we even get into relationships or rumors, leaking private videos of our precious Jimin to social media? That just feels like it crosses a line, doesn't it? Looking at how everyone reacted online, a lot of people were saying, "I don't really know much about her personal side," but whether they are dating, not dating, or if she's an ex, honestly, none of that matters as much as respect, does it? Because if you truly cherish our Jimin, you'd think about his career and his feelings, and you wouldn't drop hints that could cause a stir, right? With this becoming such big news, I wonder if there was a sense of satisfaction in it. It's hard to tell. They are adults, and falling in love is such a beautiful, normal thing. But a partner uploading a private video feels like a breach of that special trust. Knowing our meticulous Jimin, he probably tried so hard to keep things private and safe from the tabloids, so seeing it spoiled must have been heartbreaking. I think for many of us, seeing it come from someone close, that actually hurts more than if the paparazzi had caught it, don't you think? It feels more personal. Judging by Jimin's cute outfit, it's definitely from before his enlistment, so we're looking at a memory from a few years ago. And honestly, we don't know if they were together in the past, but even if there was a romance, Releasing a video like this usually signals that the chapter has closed. Don't you agree? Of course, maybe they weren't dating at all. But because the content was so private, it leaves us feeling a little protective and uneasy. I've heard rumors that the agency is checking into it, and I'm sure they are doing their best. But this feels different from usual gossip because our Jimin is right there in the video. So it feels like a boundary was stepped over. I feel like the agency needs to say something to clear the air. Whether it's a total denial or just setting the record straight. Maybe admitting parts of it or meeting with the other side to figure out the truth. Some kind of action would help put our hearts at ease. If there's a chance more posts could come out, it could get really messy. And we just want to avoid that stress for him. I can only imagine Jimin was pretty shaken by this surprise too. But since it's already out there in the world, we can't take it back. All we want is for the agency to prioritize protecting Jimin's heart and reputation above everything else, right? And speaking of our lovely Jimin, did you hear the news? He actually flew back home yesterday. While our handsome Tae had his arrival shared by the media, in true Jimin style, he made a super secret, quiet return. It's kind of mysterious and cool, isn't it? I don't know if the video drama had anything to do with his quiet arrival, but I just hope everything settles down peacefully so he can relax. Jimin, even with all this chaos, welcome home. We hope you can overcome this with a smile. When I look back, it makes me so emotional. Our Jin finished his service on June 12th of last year, after enlisting way back in December 2022. Then, about 4 months later, on October 17th, our sunshine HYBE came back to us. And this year, on June 10th, we got our leader Namjoon and our tiger V back. Then, on June 11th, Jimin and Jungkook returned. And finally, Yoongi on June 21st. BTS is finally complete again. 7 hearts beating as one. Right now, the boys are staying in LA, working hard on their new album scheduled for release next spring. I am so excited. They plan to be there for about 2 months, starting from early July. I can't stop wondering what their group activities will look like, or when they'll announce the world tour details. My heart is racing just thinking about it. I was so happy to share these updates about our beloved BTS members with you all today. That's all for now, my loves. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. Please